Today, we're diving into one of Colorado's hidden gems, Black Hawk. If you're considering moving to this unique mountain town in 2024, I've got answers to the most frequently asked questions my clients have when relocating here. Whether you're drawn to Black Hawk for its scenic mountain views, proximity to Denver, or more affordable housing options compared to nearby towns, this video has you covered. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest Colorado real estate update. And if you're already thinking about a move to Black Hawk, stick around until the end for some important tips you don't want to miss. I'm Jessica Anderson with Selling Denver, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Colorado. So here we go, starting with question number 1. What is Black Hawk, Colorado known for? Black Hawk is famous for its blend of historic charm and modern amenities. This once thriving mining town has transformed into a vibrant community known for its casinos, outdoor recreation, and tight-knit community. It's a great place for families and individuals who are seeking a quieter mountain lifestyle with easy access to larger cities like Denver and Boulder. Plus, the town's rich history with the Northern Ute tribe adds a fascinating cultural backdrop. Let's take a step back in time and talk about the mining history of Black Hawk. It all began in 1859 when prospector John H. Gregory struck gold in a gulch that would soon become famous as Gregory Gold. This discovery set off the Colorado Gold Rush, bringing thousands of eager miners to the region, all hoping to strike it rich. Black Hawk quickly transformed into a bustling mining town with stamp mills and other operations popping up to process the gold ore. Alongside nearby Central City, Black Hawk became one of Colorado's most important mining centers during the 19th century. Black Hawk thrived during the late 1800s, with miners and entrepreneurs building a community that still echoes through the preserved 19th century architecture you see today. But as the gold veins began to dry up, so did the town's population and prosperity. In the early 1990s, or in the late 1900s, as the kids like to say, the legalization of limited stakes gambling in Colorado was approved by voters, and Black Hawk was one of 3 towns, along with Central City and Cripple Creek, to benefit from this new industry. The first casinos in Black Hawk opened their doors in October 1991. This shift revitalized the town, which had been in decline since the end of the gold mining era, transforming it into a popular gaming destination while still preserving its historic charm. The introduction of casinos brought significant economic growth and development, helping to restore many of the town's historic buildings and boosting tourism. Despite its transformation, Black Hawk has kept its historic charm intact, making it a unique destination where the past and present meet. Question number 2, what is the main demographic and population of Black Hawk? Black Hawk has a diverse mix of residents. You'll find everyone from young professionals commuting to Denver to families and retirees who appreciate the quiet mountainous environment. The town's population is small, giving it a cozy, community-focused feel, while still providing easy access to nearby cities. Question 3, how far is Black Hawk from major cities like Denver? Black Hawk is approximately an hour's drive from Denver and Boulder and about a 30-minute drive into Golden. Living in Black Hawk feels like you're away from the riffraff of the city, the traffic, that sense of always rushing to get to the next place or thing, but you're still close enough to every amenity imaginable. So whether you're running to Golden for a trip to Whole Foods or Home Depot or Chick-fil-A, or you want to head over to Boulder for a Trader Joe's run, or to Denver to catch a Broncos game or have a night out on the town, they're all within reasonable proximity to Black Hawk. Question 4, what is the cost of living in Black Hawk compared to nearby areas, and what's the average home price? The cost of living in Black Hawk is notably more affordable compared to mountain towns like Evergreen and Golden. The average home price is around $626,000 for a single-family home, which is significantly lower than Evergreen's $1.2 million or Golden's $1 million. While amenities are more limited in Black Hawk, the savings and peaceful environment make it a compelling choice for many buyers, and like I said before, you're still within reasonable distance to other towns that offer all the amenities that you might need. Question 5, what are property taxes like in Black Hawk? So because Black Hawk benefits from the revenue from casinos and tourism, property taxes are much lower than nearby cities. It's definitely one of the many financial perks of living in Black Hawk. If you're finding this information helpful, make sure to like this video and share it with anyone else considering a move to Black Hawk. And if you have any specific questions, drop them in the comments. I'm here to help. Question 8, is Black Hawk a good place to raise a family? The community does have a family-friendly atmosphere. Combined with its proximity to outdoor activities, it makes it a great place for raising kids, since you typically have more land and space to enjoy and let them run around. Black Hawk is served by the Gilpin County School District, and you can check school ratings by visiting greatschools.org. Question 9, what's the climate like in Black Hawk? So you can definitely expect 4 distinct seasons in Black Hawk. The summers are pretty mild and you're typically a good 15 to 20 degrees cooler than Denver. Fall is gorgeous and you'll definitely have plenty of snow in the winter. So for homeowners, it's essential to know where your property falls in the community's plow routes to help you plan for snow removal during winter months. If your home is on a school bus route, that's always a plus since school bus routes are high priority on the plow list. You can buy a plow attachment for your truck, or you can also get plow attachments for ATVs or riding lawnmowers to help clear your driveway. Question 10, what recreational activities are available in the area? The Gilpin County Community Center is highly rated and has a swimming pool and a variety of classes for a variety of ages from children to senior citizens. You're very close to Golden Gate Canyon State Park, Idaho Springs if you want to visit the hot springs, or you're only about a 45-minute drive to Eldora Mountain or the Loveland ski area. So really, there's kind of an endless array of recreational activities in this area. Question 11, are there any homeowner associations or community rules? Now this is going to depend on your property, but for the most part, and what I've seen is that most HOAs are pretty minimal and they cover plowing in the winter. So some communities have lakes that they stock with fish and you have seasonal access to fishing, paddleboarding, and things like that. Those typically require a membership fee of a few $100 a year. But for the most part, zoning in Black Hawk is relatively flexible, allowing for short-term rentals and additional dwelling units on some properties. So this flexibility is great if you're considering investment opportunities or multi-family living arrangements. Question 12, what types of properties are available in Black Hawk? You'll find a variety of properties here, from charming mountain cabins and single-family homes to larger estates and vacation rentals. There are also parcels of land available for custom builds if you're wanting to build instead of buying an already existing home. Question 13, is it better to buy a lot and build or purchase an already built home in Black Hawk? Okay, this question is one I get a lot and it's a really important question. So if you need any assistance with building regulations and zoning laws, reach out, I can definitely help. There are many nuances to consider when you're thinking about buying land and building a home versus buying a pre-existing home. So the first consideration is zoning and land use. Black Hawk has specific zoning regulations that dictate what can be built and where. These zoning laws determine land use, building height setbacks, and other factors that can influence your building plans. You'll want to make sure the land you're purchasing is zoned for residential use and check for any restrictions that may apply to your intended home design. I know a lot of people like the idea of purchasing land and putting a tiny home on it, but unfortunately a tiny home isn't considered a permanent structure and you can't just buy a piece of land and put a tiny home on it. Tiny homes are considered mobile, more like an RV, and you're only permitted to camp in it the same place for a limited amount of time per year. So you could put a tiny home on a permanent foundation, but it would still need to meet certain building requirements. They're laid out by the county, such as minimum size, ceiling height, kitchen requirements, etc. And again, if you want to dig into those details with me, call, text, or email me and we can hop on a call. So another nuance to building your own home is connecting to water, sewer, electricity, and gas. These can be pretty costly to establish. The cost for connecting to utilities varies depending on how far away the nearest connection is. Digging a well can cost anywhere from $30,000 to $70,000, as can installing a septic system. And most properties in Gilpin County, unless you're in the city center, are going to require well and septic. If you're buying land and building, you'll also need to obtain the necessary permits from Gilpin County. This process can be time-consuming and the costs do add up, but it's just another one of those nuances of building your own home. While buying land to build on is an option, it can be expensive and challenging due to the cost of construction loans and the specific topography of the area. So for most buyers, buying an existing home is easier and more cost-effective, especially with traditional mortgage options that are available. So question 14, why are some pieces of land in Black Hawk so affordable? The affordability of land is often due to factors like difficult access, being off the grid, or other unique considerations. While these lots can be attractive from a price perspective, it's crucial to understand what's involved in making them livable. Most of the properties that you see for sale under $50,000 are usually old mining claims that have been privately owned since the government sold them to the public in the early 1900s. Many of them are close to national forest, which means they only have seasonal access and you won't be able to connect them to electricity for fire prevention reasons. So anything that you do build would need to be off-grid. Thank you so much for watching. If you're considering a move to Black Hawk, I'd love to help guide you through the process. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. And if you're ready to start your home search or have any questions about the Black Hawk market, feel free to reach out. I'm always here to help. Until next time, happy house hunting in Colorado.